Some chase the heart and lose their soul. Some build a wall around their love just to see it go. We all have a dream of who we'll be. I know you put it all on the line, took your chance with me. And I will find a place for us. See the stars when we look up. When I'm with you, I'm home. And I could blame this all on luck. Say that love just finally struck. But I've always known it's you and me, it's you and me, it's you and me. It's you and me, it's you and me, it's you and me.
I still recall that afternoon we spent together in Central Park almost 6 years ago with a certain unwavering detail. You took me completely by surprise, and although it seemed I was a bit slow to start, the truth is that I began falling in love with you immediately. The falling happened bit by bit, step by step, and looking back now, I realized that this manner of falling was sort of perfect, as it allowed me to wholly savor each and every moment.
There for me. And I will find a place for us. See the stars when we look up. When I'm with you, I'm home. And I could blame this all on luck. Say that love just finally struck. But I've always known it's you and me, it's you and me, it's you and me. It's you and me, it's you and me, it's you and me. It's you and me, it's you and me, it's you and me.
These years with you have been the most joyous and beautiful of my life, and I can only imagine what the years ahead have in store. I've made many promises to you throughout our time together, and kept most of them, I think, but none seem so salient as those I make to you today.
I'll be there for you. Don't blame this all on love. I'll be there for you. When the lights go out and hope is all you need. It's you and me, it's you and me, it's you and me.
Today, I make these promises to you to last a lifetime. Sarah, I promise to put you before all else. I promise to hear you and understand you to the best of my ability. I promise to trust you and your love for me. I promise to be faithful to you and never violate your trust in me. I promise to protect and support you, both physically and emotionally, in every way I know how. I promise to respect you, your feelings, and your ideas. I promise to resolve our differences with fairness and openness.
It's filled with joy is where I live, where I am free. Lay in my arms, I'll hold you tight, just like you like, continually. And I am overwhelmed by you. And overcome with joy.
Sarah and Tim have shared with me a beautiful view of marriage that I would like to share with you. They believe that marriage involves revealing oneself completely to the other, being open, not with fear of rejection, but with the awareness that such disclosures will strengthen their relationship and deepen their affection. Their belief is that marriage is a lifelong commitment, an unending promise between two people to respect, support, challenge, and love one another. They recognize the ease in simply saying words and collectively assume the challenge of living those words, that they may also allow the burden to be lightened when they do it together, and the joys of doing so is intensified when they are shared. Sarah and Tim cherish one another's patience, kindness, passion, and intelligence. Their life has been full of the share of challenges and absurdities. The qualities they observe in one another will help them a long way and form a beautiful marriage. Sarah and Tim, it is our hope that you'll remain ever mindful of the gift you are to one another. May you be eternally grateful for the presence and the precious person who has chosen to share a life with you.
Overcome with joy.
Tim, I promise to kiss you goodnight every night and tell you I love you every day. I promise to continue having evenings out with my girlfriends, giving you the chance to play video games with reckless abandon and without judgment from me. I promise to embrace our similarities and our differences, learning and growing from each discovery. I promise to comfort you in times of sadness, especially during those tough periods. I promise to laugh with you and reflect with you, partner with you and parent with you, explore with you and be with you. Even on your toughest day, and especially on mine, I consider you my greatest blessing.
I promise to be the husband, and if we're so blessed, the father that you expect and deserve. I promise these things in your presence and your absence, without conditions, for as long as we both shall live.
Thank you for supporting me in all the right ways and for challenging me in all the right ways. Thank you for standing by my side when I'm goofy, when I'm serious, and when I'm anything and everything in between. Thank you for being my perfect counterpart today and all days.
Than anyone else, and bring her in your presence today.
So you've been such an amazing older sister to me. I really can't think of a better sister, not to mention a better best friend. You were such a fantastic role model to me, and were, as you always love to point out, probably the easiest child out of all four of us to raise. And while you led by example, I guess John, Andrew, and I might have gotten into a little bit more trouble than you growing up. But anyone who knows Sarah when she was younger knows that that really wasn't that difficult of a thing to do. Sarah and I are 7 years apart, but that never stopped us from being close. Even when I was young, she would always let me tag along with her and her friends. She never seemed like she felt obligated to invite me or that she felt like she had to because she would get in trouble. But it was more that she actually wanted me there and that she had a better time just because I was there with her. Now, I'm sure when I was 8 and her friends were 15 and 16 years old, she was probably the only one who wanted me around. But she always included me anyways, and I was very happily obliged and tagged along. I really am so lucky to have a sister who has always taken me underneath her wing and taught me so much about life. No matter how old we get, you will always be my older sister, and I will never stop looking up to you. Sarah, I will never forget the time you came up to me and you told me that you thought that you would never get married. That all changed very quickly once you met Tim. I cannot tell you how happy I am that you found someone who adores your kind heart, beauty, and incredible sense of humor as much as we all do. Someone who makes you laugh, supports you, and loves you more than anything. Tim, thank you so much for loving my sister and making her so happy. I'm so happy for you both. So, cheers. Sarah and Tim, I love you. Congratulations.
Your bride.
Help me submit to him as I submit to you. My life,
Yeah, Tim and I have we've known each other for a while. Apparently, when we were younger, we would go to a local swimming pool and get in fights a lot. We really hated one another. So, yeah, that's how we rolled, I guess. In high school, we became a lot closer. We did some theater stuff, mutual appreciation for music, computers. We just became a lot closer. And for anyone from Southern Indiana, we went cruising on Green River Road. So now here's a wonderful story about Tim from Green River Road. When a group of pretty girls, we were the weird guys. First off, we would cruise around in my '67 Mustang, but we're listening to classical music, so it's like whatever you do. Smoke the tires and then play some Beethoven. It was but when a group of pretty girls would drive by, Tim would be like, "Oh, did you see the girls in the Corvette?" I'm like, "Tim, they were in a Pinto." So, but I mean, everyone look at Sarah, and we know that Tim thinks he's marrying the girl that drives the Ferrari right now. So yes, Sarah, you look beautiful tonight. So we got through high school, we go to college, and we lived together for a couple of years, and that's when we started, dating other people in more like maybe we're looking for someone to spend our lives with. And we got to watch one another grow. We fought like brothers. We loved like brothers, but, we persevered. There were good times, bad times, a move across the country and all the way back. But we made it. And I got to see all the different types of people that Tim would be interested in and find he wasn't really interested in. And then there was Sarah. And it became very apparent very quickly that something was very different here. Now, another good story about Tim and Sarah. Actually, this is a good story about me, and then it relates. So, on my first date with my wife, Tim came along. So, yeah. But that ended up okay. I mean, we're married. Love you, hon. So, yeah, it was all right. Now, I can't say it was their first date, but Tim obviously took a cue, because one of those times in New York, which was maybe their first time really like being one-on-one, Ruth and I went along with them. So, and we ended up just playing skee ball and big buck hunter until 4 a.m, and yeah, it was great. And that was where I started to get to know Sarah, and it was wonderful. She was always generous to a fault, gracious, friendly, and just a wonderful person. And I've got to see Tim and Sarah go back and forth, good times, bad, but always working together toward today. So, I'm very happy to be Tim's best man after all this time. One more story about Tim, and I'll finish up. Tim refers to me as the steel trap. I have a good memory, apparently. And he has no problems calling me and asking, "Hey, what happened on this day when we were younger?" Or, "Where were we at this place?" Or, "Where did we eat this?" But I know today is the one time that Tim will never, ever call me to ask what happened. So, that being said, raise your glasses to Tim and Sarah. I love you both. Thank you.
All right, this is the time when the dad's supposed to tell the embarrassing stories about the bride. And you know what? That's cheap. This is such a classy, fine event. I just wouldn't stoop to that depth. I mean, I wouldn't want to talk about, well, let's say when Sarah was about 11. She was babysitting for us, as she often did. Johnny, Allie, Andy, Mary and I went downtown for dinner. We came back, we were a little bit late, half hour late. Well, remember, they were young, that's a long time ago. Weren't cell phones then, or if they were these big things, whatever. So we're driving down, get off the Edens, driving down Dundee Road. Mary and I look at each other and go, oh my God, what is going to happen when we roll in 30 minutes late? We pull in the driveway, and standing in the front door, arms, foot, and the stink eye, trembling, Mary and I go up to the front door, open it up. Where have you two been? You are grounded. You don't think it happened, huh? Mare? Yeah? Okay. A few people will be able to relate with this one. Sarah's had a few nicknames over the years. Sari, Sarah Bear, Ribbons, Queenie. But I think one of the most memorable ones was Jumper. Some people maybe know how she got that name. It's very interesting, actually, the story behind it. As some of you know, Sarah had a pretty good swimming career, but it wasn't all blue ribbons and medals and trophies. Her freshman year in high school, they were at the sectional meet and they were trying to qualify for the state meet. And I might have some of the details wrong, and I know Planny will bust me on it if I do, but just roll with me on this one. I believe it was the 200-yard free relay. And they had a pretty good team, but they had not made the state cut yet. And so they needed to do it in that meet. So the first girl goes off, swims the 50 of her life. I think Sarah was second, swam the 50 of her life. Same with the third swimmer. The fourth swimmer gets in the water, burning the water up. My God, it was evaporating as she swam. So they're watching her and watching her look at the clock. Sure enough, touches out, beats the state cut. They're going to the state meet, and all the kids were jumping up and down. They were so excited. And in Sarah's unbridled enthusiasm, she decides to jump into the pool. And you go, hey, I've seen people do that. Well, there's a little technical thing about swimming. If the other teams haven't finished, you're really not supposed to go in the pool. So Coach Robin Walker did a filibuster. Dave, you would have been appreciative of. It was unbelievable. He acted like Perry Mason. Somehow he fixed that thing, and those girls still got to go to the state meet. At any rate, one of the staples in our family vacation would be to play mini golf. Well, Sarah and mini golf are like oil and water. Sarah's better talents in golf would be some of the more, I would say, non-traditional elements of golf. Like maybe kicking the ball occasionally. If it didn't go in as many times as she wanted, she would pick it up and set it in the cup. She occasionally would ground the putter in the dirt next to. She never did it into the concrete, thank God, but she did pound that bad boy into the dirt. One of the other ones, of course, there would occasionally be a gentle tossing of the club. But the best was the stomping away from hole to hole after she had another bad hole. And she stomped away a lot. Now, it would be awesome if I had some video. And we do have video of Sarah. However, yeah, I look at the look. See? That's the look I got when we came in a half hour late that day. I'm not going there tonight. But for a small fee, I can get you set up with a couple of those videos, and they are memorable. I could keep going, but I'm in deep enough trouble already, and I know you people are hungry and saying, get the hell going, fella. So, when you take the firstborn daughter of a smart, strong, determined middle daughter, what do you get? You get a bright, intense, driven person with high expectations for others and higher expectations for herself. a prototypical oldest daughter, the added attribute of a terrific sense of humor. Sarah, you have always been determined and a leader. Whether it was leading your younger cousins around like Pied Piper, or a leader in athletics, or determined to student teach in Australia, or out of nowhere deciding, I'm going to NYU to get my master's, or performing so well as you are now in the job you love so much at CFE. You are amazing. Sarah, Mom and I are so happy for all of the tremendous things you've accomplished in such a short time, and we're so excited about the next chapters of life that you and Tim will share. Tim, she's a wonderful woman and a daughter. You will be terrific together. Sarah, remember your strength, your determination, your sense of humor. All of these will help you conquer all challenges and make the good times even better. I can't tell you how incredibly happy Mary and I are today. We're truly blessed with a great family, Sarah, John, Allison, and Andrew, and we're very excited to add Tim to our crazy group. Welcome. We're also incredibly happy for Sarah and Tim. It has been wonderful to see the two of them grow over these last 6 years and develop their relationship. We know this union will be special, loving, and caring. We're incredibly happy to be developing a great relationship with Bonnie and Kurt. They have a wonderful family, and we really enjoy being with them. In fact, they spend part of the winter in Savannah, so Mary and I thought we'd be coming down in January, and I think April, well, through April, is that okay? No. We won't leave, you know what, we won't stay anywhere past March 15th, don't worry about it. We're incredibly happy so many of our family and friends, Sarah's family and friends, Sarah and Tim's family and friends, Bonnie and Kurt's family and friends, could join us for this wonderful celebration. Thank you very much for being here. Grandpa Bill, you've been a wonderful, constant source of support and love towards Sarah and all the grandchildren. We thank you so much for sharing this day with us. It never could have happened without you. There's another incredible group of our family looking down on us today and smiling. I like to call them our Legion in Rock and Roll Heaven. They're led by Grandpa and Grandma Hoppy, Aunt Mary Hoppy Feltz, and Grandma Sue. They are here in spirit, and they will bless you, Sarah and Tim, forever. As Grandpa John would have said, Sarah, God sure blessed us the day he gave us you. Sarah, Mom, and I are so happy for you. Tim, you're a very lucky guy, and we also feel very, very fortunate to have you as a son-in-law. So please, grab a glass and join Mary and me in honoring Sarah and Tim Knight in a host. Or a toast, either one. Oh, that's right, I'm the host. Matt, they didn't tell me that early on, you know, I'm telling you. Jeez. May you have a happy, healthy, and prosperous life together. God be with you. We love you always. Cheers.
I love you till the end. I just want to tell you nothing you don't want to hear. All I want is for you to say, oh, why don't you just take me where I've never been before? I know you want to hear me catch my breath. I love you till the end. I love you till the end.
As this ring has no end or beginning, it signifies the perpetuation of true love. As this ring has no end or beginning,
As this ring has no end or beginning,
It signifies the perpetuation of true love. Signifies the perpetuation of true love. As I place it on your finger with my pledge of love, I give you all that I am, all that I ever hoped to be. Life and love are the greatest gifts bestowed upon humanity. May your union grant you patience, acceptance, and understanding, as well as passion and excitement. May you lean on one another as a sign of strength. May you yearn for one another as a sign of fulfillment. May you enchant one another as a sign of curiosity. May you embrace one another as a sign of unity. May you frequently rediscover your love in one another, as this is the greatest of all gifts. Sarah and Tim, you have pledged your faith and declared your unity with the exchange of vows and rings. As you are now joined together in mutual esteem and devotion, it is my joy and privilege to pronounce you husband and wife. Tim, you may kiss the bride. Gives me great pleasure to introduce for the first time Mr. and Mrs. Tim and Sarah Knight.